Let's take it slow. Where you go, I go too. And if you hit the bottom, I'm going down with you. Let's take it slow. Who cares where we gotta be? You know you'll have a good time wherever you're with me. Let's take it slow. Ask me how we got here, 'cause you don't know how. You say we're taking on water, yeah, we're sinking now. You're looking all concerned, like we're gonna drown. But we both know how to swim, no worries, let's flow for now. Let's take it slow. Where you go, I go too. And if you hit the bottom, I'm going down with you. Let's take it slow. Who cares where we gotta be? You know you'll have a good time wherever you're with me. Let's take it slow. I drag you out your mind, and there are days I hate you, but baby, you're still mine. And then we have the best times, no matter what we do. And even when we don't, there's nobody I'd rather choose. Let's take it slow. Where you go, I go too. And if you hit the bottom, I'm going down with you. Let's take it slow. Slow, where you go, I go too. And if you hit the bottom, I'm going down with you. Let's take it slow. Who cares where we gotta be? You know you'll have a good time wherever you're with me.
Hello again. Hello, everyone. Good to see you all. Thank you so much for joining me. Really do appreciate your time. Today is December 30th, 2024, one of the last days of 2024, 9:45 p.m. on the East Coast of the United States. Bonjour, everyone. Bonjour. You cracked your kneecap? Ooh, goodness, not good, Lucy. Not good at all. Thank you all so much for joining me again. Really do appreciate you. Ashley just gifted 2 pearl necklaces. Thank you, Ashley. Really do appreciate you. so very much. Thank you for gifting 2 pearl necklaces. If you received one of those, make sure you give our girl Ashley a big thank you. Means so much, Ashley. Thank you so much for your support. Forget Me Not and OG 20K. We hit 20K on this channel. Yep. Only because of you guys. Thank you all so much. Thank you to every single subscriber out there. Really do appreciate you. Um, built this, we did 20,000 in 1 year. My other channel, we have 40 some thousand, and then pearls, I think we have like 7,000. So thank you all so much, and thank you for your support. Forget Me Not. Really do appreciate you so very much, my friend. And thank you, Hey Jude, as well. My love, really do appreciate you. You're mod. Thank you, my dear. And Christy, thank you so much. I really do appreciate you very much. Mama, thank you, truly. Thank you so much for your support. Really do appreciate you, my friend. And Jinja, my dear Jinja. What would I do without Jinja? Love you too, my dear. And I really do appreciate your support, being in here, your kind words, being a mod, all the above. Thank you so much. Much love to you, my friend. Truly. Love you to pieces. And Lisa, thank you so much for 7 months, my dear. Really do appreciate you. The membership, really do appreciate you, Lisa. Thank you so much for 7 continuous months. Really do appreciate that. Truly can't do it without you. Thank you, my dear. And Canadian Cookie gifting 2 pearl necklaces. How about that? My beautiful Canadian, thank you so much for gifting 2 pearl necklaces. If you received one of those pearl necklaces, make sure you give our dear Canadian Cookie a big, big thank you. An OG, a sweetheart, and a big time supporter. Thank you as well, my dear. Really do appreciate you, my sweet Canadian. And Christy, 4 months coming in clutch. There she is. Thank you, Christy. Really do appreciate you. Thank you so much. Really do appreciate you, my dear. Yes, Daily, you are definitely an OG, my love. Definitely. Appreciate all of you. So we ended this live earlier because Mob, or not Mob, sorry, Lore Lodge was live, and I sent people over there. Mob Crew was live as well. And make sure you check out both in their full entirety. Very important information in both of those lives. We are going to review some of the Lore Lodge in just a moment. Cheryl, thank you so very much. Really do appreciate you. Thank you so much. Lore Lodge cracked you up tonight. Yeah, yeah. Mob Crew, Lore Lodge, they're both wonderful, wonderful creators. And it's refreshing uh, to have true crime still be about true crime. You know what I mean? It's Hey Tony, good to see you. Thank you so much, Cheryl. Really do appreciate you, my friend. It's really nice to see true crime, stay on true crime, stay out of the drama, stay out of everything, and focus on the victims. Focus on the victims. Um, and Laura Lodge did confirm that KK has allegedly lawyered up, which, we did hear that KK has pled the fifth, allegedly, and so there's that as well. Hey, Heidi, good to see you, dear. Really appreciate you. Spicy Disaster, thank you so much. This is very generous of you, my dear. If you received one of those, you need to give our spicy a big, big thank you because you have been promoted.
You have been promoted. You are now one of my elite employees.
I've got a feeling love will give us what we lack. The world is waiting up. The world is waiting half a step beyond our door.
Thank you so much, my dear Spicy. Really, really do appreciate you, my friend. Thank you so much. Very generous of you. Thank you, my dear. Oh, you guys are just coming in with the love. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Kathy B, thank you, my dear. Really do appreciate you. At Night said they're leaning toward labor trafficking. I'm sure they know. Um, I would disagree with that, Kathy B, personally. Uh, I don't personally, that's not where I would agree with. I don't know if they've said something, I don't know, but I would not agree with that part. No, personally, just me, just me. Now they may know something that I don't. But no, I don't. You know, in my opinion, I don't believe. Uh, that I just don't believe. I pray that I'm wrong, but I'm just not sure he's still with us. Pray to God I'm wrong for Seth and Sebastian and of course all of that, but that just mm-mm, that doesn't ring true to me. Miss Gloria, thank you so much for 3 months. You have become one of my favorite creators. Thank you for everything you do. Oh, thank you, Miss Gloria. And your kitties are beautiful. They are so pretty. Look at the markings on the one. Oh my goodness. Are they ragdolls? I love animals, period. So thank you so much, Miss Gloria, for 3 continuous months. Really do appreciate you, my dear. And thank you, Veronica. Congratulations for 20,000. Woo-hoo. I would give you something more. Gotta wait. Oh, no, you're fine, honey. Thank you so much for your support. Veronica, you support me so much throughout the year. I really appreciate it. Truly. Thank you. Really. Thank you. You know I love you to pieces. So I really do appreciate you. And Valerie, thank you so much. Good to see you, my dear. Thank you for 3 months. All the blessings to you in 2025 and beyond. Thank you so much, Valerie. And Lisa, thank you, Lisa. Really do appreciate you. If you received that membership, make sure you thank our dear Lisa. Really do appreciate you, Lisa. Thank you so much for your support all the time. I really do appreciate you. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what At Night has said, but I just don't see it leaning toward um, child trafficking or anything like that, especially with his condition. Um, or anything like that. I really don't. Just my opinion. I could be 100% wrong. They could be 100. I don't know. It just don't see it. I really just don't see it. Just so. Um, but we can agree to disagree. That's perfectly fine, right? It's perfectly fine. So thank you, Blue Heron. Appreciate you, my dear, for 2 months. I've been listening to you for years in the bushes. I appreciate your heart, humor, and dedication to serving justice for Sebastian. Thank you so much, Blue Heron. Really do appreciate your support and your long time watching me. Really do. Thank you, my friend. Um, Not for child trafficking theory. Yeah, I'm just not either. I'm just not either. There's things that I will, you know, uh, I I just have to be true to um, what I have, what I know, what I have investigated, and what I believe, what I've seen, what I've been through in other cases. And I'm so, but again, no tea, no shade, just the way it is. Um, I I I don't feel like he's alive, and I pray to God I am wrong. I pray to God I'm wrong. Regardless, he needs to be found. Regardless, this is a child that did not walk out on his own. There's nothing to suggest it other than he is missing. When someone goes missing, it doesn't mean they did it on their own accord, especially a child, especially one with with autism and a chromosome deletion. But recently we have heard that there is the KK has pled the fifth, and now Laura Lodge has confirmed that she has an attorney. Um, I have, you've heard me say it. I've pretty much thought they've had an attorney for a while. Um, Laura Lodge, I believe he said, I sent you guys over there earlier. Thank you guys for going over there and showing all the support. Really do appreciate that. He thinks it's been more recent. No, KK. Now, you know, let's be real. Um, does an attorney mean you're guilty? Of course not. Of course not. However, pleading the fifth, again, it cannot be used against you. It cannot be used against you for pleading the fifth in a court of law. However, why would a mother need to? Why would a mother who says, I don't know why he walked out that door, why would she need to plead the fifth about something like that if indeed she has pled the fifth? That's the question. That's the question. So, Nina, thank you so much, my dear. World friend, thank you for being here. Thank you so much, so Nina. Really do appreciate you. You are a doll as always. So thank you so much for your support. Really do appreciate you, my love. Thank you. Debbie, thank you so much, honey. Really do appreciate you. I love that dog. Does anyone know if CP ever lived in Pennsylvania? It would have been around 2011 plus. I have info to share if so. Not that I'm aware of. But then again, I don't know if it's like my mind playing a trick on me because I'm thinking something. Uh, I'll if you want to email me, I'll get back to you on that. You know what I mean? Hey, Mob, good to see you, brother. Thank you so much. Thank you. Really do appreciate you, brother. Um, keep on keeping on, nailing down the truth. The truth is important. It's important. Um, so thank you so much, my man. Appreciate you. Wow, Bliss, you are very generous to me, honey. Thank you so much. Today, I celebrate something big, 10-year anniversary for my Peacemaker placement. That's amazing. Congratulations to you, Bliss. I am truly blessed and thankful for every day I am here. Also, thank you for finding your amazing channel and this family. Congratulations on 20K, Justin. Bring Sebastian home. Thank you so much, Bliss. Congratulations to you. You are just a gem, and I really do appreciate the support. It truly does mean so much. all the blessings to you in 2025 and beyond. Um, yeah, yeah. It's so much better to have, in my opinion, to be with supportive people who are genuinely trying to find the truth and are supportive of one another, who does it as classy as possible, and is not all the time just cussing, carrying on, acting like feral animals. So I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Really do appreciate you, my friend. Bliss, thank you so very much, my dear. Good to see you. Not Bliss. Ange, sorry. Thank you so much, my friend. Always a pleasure. We love you. We appreciate you so much, my Ange. Thank you so very much for your support. Very sweet. Oh my God, guys, y'all have just been way too generous. Thank you so much. 20 memberships. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. I think that's the most memberships anyone's ever bought. Thank you so much, Ange. Really do appreciate you. You are extremely generous to me. Um, you know I love you. Thank you so very much. Really do appreciate you, my friend. Good to see you as always. Y'all, if you got one of those memberships, make sure you thank our dear Ange for gifting, because
You have been promoted. You are now one of my elite employees.
thank you so much. Really do appreciate you, my friend. Very, very generous of you. Make sure you view watch our members only and some videos back there as well. So thank you so much again, Ange. Really do appreciate you. So we are going to review some of the things that our friend over at Laura Lodge spoke on some of his podcasts. It's always nice to have um, a really big creator that they're the voice, the power behind the voice, if that makes sense. Um, because there's power in numbers. It's just the way it is. And if you look, like I've always said, look outside. If you look outside of YouTube, there's not a back and forth. There's really not, uh, between creators or people what think that what may have had. Again, I'm not here to tell you what happened to Sebastian, because that's the whole thing. We don't know what happened to Sebastian, but what we do know is that we don't even know that, but uh in my opinion, he did not walk off on his own. There's no evidence to suggest that. And if you look outside of YouTube, people look towards the mother and the stepfather. They have not been named. I want to make that very clear. No one is here to say that they are guilty of anything, but their behavior has been puzzling, to say the very least. To say the very, very least. Um, and now, if you're lawyering up and you are, allegedly pleading the fifth. Now, I have heard, that there may be some more pressure that's been placed on him in the last few months, and that makes you wonder. He did not mince any words, did he? He did not mince any words at all. This has been my belief in this, and it's just a belief. But I feel like Sebastian would not be missing today if he walked out the door on his own accord. If he didn't, I still don't think he would be missing if it wasn't for one person. Michelle, I don't believe she's the only one that's lawyered up. No. That's but no, I don't think she's the only one that's lawyered up, in my opinion. But I do believe this is why they have been quiet. Listen, I know a lot of people, a lot of times people who are later considered suspects or later charged and convicted of a crime, in the beginning, they feel like if they go out and they try to, convince or defend people or to defend themselves, well, that it's doing them some good. It never does you good. It never does you good to speak if you um you're involved in something. Just an FYI. And so this is just a hypothesis, a theory on this, and my opinion. The reason I believe that they are no longer speaking is because they came out here, they spoke 2011 different stories. We have found so many errors, in my opinion, and provable things that aren't true. And then I think, they could be later used against them if there is any sort of suspects of any of the parents or anyone outside of that, for that matter, who's been online. So, and I think that's why there is no more speaking. Again, that's just my opinion on that. But we're going to go over Laura Lodge on some of these points. Now, on some of these points that he is speaking about, he compares Jean-Benet Ramsey case and this case as having a lot of similarities. It does. When you dig a little bit deeper in these cases. So some things that he will be discussing will be about sorry, I'm trying to fix something. I'm really bad at doing two things at one time. Some things will be about the Jean-Benet Ramsey. Some things will be related to Sebastian Rogers. He speaks on particularly Edgar. We know who Edgar is, right? So there's that. Nobody who was somebody. Thank you so very much, my friend, for your support. I really appreciate that. Congratulations on 2020. Thank you, my friend. All the blessings to you in 2025 and beyond. Thank you for your support and your membership. Just a girl who loves frogs. I love that. Thank you so much. Congratulations on 20K. Subscriber Justin, I enjoy listening to your live streams. Keep up the awesome work that you do, Holly R. Thank you so much, Holly. Really appreciate you. Do you have frogs? Just curious. Do you keep frogs? Frogs are cool. I love all animals. Seth, good to see you, brother. Tony, hello. Good to see you. I think Betty's in here. Thank you all for being here. Please hit that thumbs up button. Would greatly appreciate it. If we get to 1,000, we can do a chicken party. All right. Let's see here. I think he starts at about 56
They've done a
minutes.
really good job of covering their tracks up till now.
If you are another likely suspect, please come on the show.
Hold on one second.
But if not, I want that motherfucker brought to justice. Whether it's Chris or not.
Just whoever did it.
Mm-hmm. Do I think that there are other likely suspects? No.
If there are,
And I agree with him 1,000%. I agree with him 1,000%. He put a lot of time and energy into his series. A lot. He has to listen to all of everything that's went on. He has to listen to a lot of our lives to see, and all that, and compile it and put it together. He didn't mince words. Didn't mince words at all. Right? So
are other likely suspects, they've done a really good job of covering their tracks up till now.
If you are another likely suspect, please come on the show. I promise there won't be cops waiting outside.
Well, considering the way you started the show,
I don't think we know.
I mean, tell me, what would the other suspect be? And don't say it's Seth, because we know where Seth is. Seth did not have means, motive, or opportunity to do anything. He's not the one that wanted his child taken out of the house. There was no other in Seth's house other than him. He moved across the country to be with his son. Seth has receipts, video, documentation. One person we still have not been able to see to this date is Edgar. Why haven't we been able to see where you were, Edgar? You won't even say where you was an entire freaking month. Why? You're the one that says you have Life 360, this was seen, that was seen, but you can't talk about this, you can't talk about that date. Come on. Get real.
No, we don't need cops.
exactly, that's my point.
Listen. I believe in the rule of law.
Thank you, Jacqueline.
Most of the time.
I was going to say, where's that however coming in?
Yeah. If the law refuses to do its job, then I think that there are discussions to be had, but that has to be like concrete, no questions. Like we have it on video.
Yeah.
Like I don't approve of vigilante justice unless the reason it's necessary is blatant corruption. Looking at you, Luigi. I understand why you did what you did, but there were potentially better options.
I think he calls Edgar Luigi. I can see that. I can see it. I don't know about you, but I can see Edgar being a Luigi. I also think I can see him being this, with his tidy whities on, or this. Just my opinion. We got Sookie.
Oh, suck it now. Oh, suck it now. Oh, suck it now.
I think it's more of Fred Flintstone and Wilma. Just my opinion, Fred Flintstone and Wilma. You got Fred Flintstone, short, chubby, big caveman size, what, 15 Edgar feet? Huh, you wish. And then you got Wilma, the redhead, right? And wait a second. Hold on. Fred Flintstone ran a crane, didn't he? I'm dead. Fred Flintstone did a crane. Oh my God. Yes. That was Fred's job. I told you, Fred and Wilma Flintstone, and he rides a damn crane. It was meant to be. Yes, Lisa. I told you. Oh my God. Fred and Wilma Flintstone. I knew it. I knew it. I got to start doing more Fred stuff. I blew my own mind. The Brontosaurus crane. Yes. Yes. But that's true. Pebbles was not abused. Winnie Bam Bam. I need to brush up on Fred and Wilma Flintstone now. Yabba dabba doo. Time for new memes. Yeah. He did the damn crane. Oh my God. I cannot even believe this. Fred and Barney. Suck it now. Ooh, suck it now. Suck it.
Oh, suck it now. Oh, suck it now.
You must include his little pedal truck. Yes. Yes, Edgar. I wasn't in Hendersonville that night. I was in my little pedal mobile. Which pedal mobile, Edgar? Which pedal mobile?
What's his name? The dad on the other hand, though, the telephone. Gary.
Yeah. Why, Gary? That's a great example.
Yeah.
Although that was not necessary. That guy was going to prison, but I do totally get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's I get why Gary Plauché did what he did.
Yep.
Jody actually, he and I had a quick interaction. He went to Penn State.
Oh, did he really?
He did. We talked on YouTube for a second.
that's fun.
Nice guy. Victim advocate, from what I understand, doing a lot of great things with his life, which is all you can really ask of somebody who has gone through what he went through.
Yeah, 100%.
So super, super proud of Jody for what he has been able to accomplish.
Awesome. Well, with that, I think it's 8:00, so it's officially super chat time.
I don't know how many we have today, but in the past few weeks, we've had a lot of super chats come in, which we are so thankful for that. So the most relevant super chats first.
Wonderful social media person has been yelling at us because
she has to like somehow break these into 2 videos.
Yeah, because unfortunately the software we use to help somebody produce easy and usable on all platforms. And
was it 56 minutes when it first started or 59 minutes? Let me see where it really first started. Maybe it was it right here?
The largest show by far to offer him a platform to come on and say his.
Hold on, we need to go back.
Yeah.
So if that's something that you'd like, that you have any interest in, it's not. Can you let him know we said that? Fairly.
The search in any way, shape, or form that would actually be beneficial.
I know Delco pretty well. I played football games there. Like, I had friends who lived there. If you want us to help out with anything, we are right here. Feel free to reach out. You can do it on Twitter. You can send an email to Mattis at redactedmediapa.com or Thornbury at redactedmediapa.com or the Lord we have access to.
Access to is including, obviously we have the we can definitely manage to spare some time in our
Yeah.
week to go help with a search in any way, shape, or form that would actually be beneficial.
And we are fairly well regarded in the community, so I think we could probably organize some help too.
Without a doubt, yeah.
So if that's something that you'd like, that you have any interest in, we are right here. Very happy to help. If that is, of course, the real dog, the bounty hunter. And if it's not, can you let him know we said that?
That'd be good.
Yeah, that would be Our lives have gotten weird, dude.
They really have.
Our lives have gotten very strange.
But yeah, before we go to Super Chat, any last thoughts, hopes for this case in particular that you're
Sebastian?
Yeah, that you're looking forward to potentially happening in 2025, or anything that you finally just want to cover?
Okay, here we go.
I can see there is some heat being applied now.
There's definitely.
I think there was a bit of a lull.
There was a bit of a lull. That is true. And the heat is on. Do you feel it? Can you tell a difference since right before? When was it? It's been about a month. You can feel the burn, right? I sent you Fred and socks. Thank you.
But Chris Proudfoot can't keep his mouth shut. He just can't. Narcissistic personality disorder is a criminal investigator's best friend.
He is so right. He is a narcissist, in my opinion. And I don't think, if you can't see it, you're a narcissist too. So,
you just can't stop talking to the media, to YouTube, to whatever. And interestingly, the largest show by far to offer him a platform to come on and say his piece is right here.
I was gonna say, have we extended the official invitation yet?
We have several times.
Edgar, this is, you know what? YouTube is worldwide. Edgar, get up there on the Lower Lodge. You promised me you would come up. You backed out of that. Go to the Lower Lodge. Go ahead. Fredger. Fredger. Yep. Sure did. Total. In crime, people who have nothing to hide nothing. The people who will be an open book to you because they want help. They need help. They will do anything for their child. Here, get me out of the way, just like to law enforcement. Get me out of the way. What do you need so you can help me? Here it is. Not with Fredger.
On these live streams, we've done it in videos that we've posted, recorded stuff. Chris, if I'm wrong, come tell me. Get on this show. You don't even have to come here to Pennsylvania. But call in. Google Meet, Zoom, Skype, whatever. Come on in.
Exactly.
Explain to me how I'm wrong. I will even be nice. I'll even be like, I will come at it with an open mind. If you can show me that you have the integrity to come and actually face to face speak to your, one of the people who is the most adamant that you are potentially responsible for, to put all the legal terms in there.
No integrity.
If you have that integrity to come here, you're blunt, you're brash, you're honest, all that, come do it. I'm sitting right here.
Doesn't have that.
You wouldn't be the first person that I
sure
dislike that I've had on this show who I have been kind to. Now, granted, if you go back and watch those episodes, the moment I have a reason not to be kind, I stop being kind.
You did with the one of name which we will not use, specifically because those two words YouTube doesn't like.
Oh yeah, Austin.
Yeah. The one with Austin. You managed way longer than most people in the comments expected.
I think I did pretty well.
You did.
considering how bad that was. God, my favorite thing is in that video, we won the debate in the first 10 minutes because we were like, Antarctica. And he was like,
Okay.
yeah, well, I mean,
I'll
if there's a
go to that,
24-hour
Danielle.
sun,
Thank
then
you.
that would mean that the Earth can't be flat. Then he just went to Antarctica like 2 weeks ago, saw a 24-hour sun.
Has he said anything publicly yet?
I don't think so. I haven't seen any big statements from him. I think he's going to pivot to geocentrism. So the Earth's round, but it's also the center of the universe. Yeah. But anyway, with this specific case with Sebastian, I'm hoping that there will be some movement soon.
I pray. I really pray. Daisy Love, my Daisy Love. Thank you so very much, my dear. Really do appreciate you for 8 months. Thank you for being here and thank you for your support. Really do appreciate you, my love. Thank you so much, Autumn Light, for the $9.99 super sticker. Really do appreciate you. All the blessings to you and yours in 2025. Thank you for being here, my friend. Good to see you. There's my beautiful, beautiful friend, Gypsy. Congratulations, Darling, on 20,000, 2,000. Thank you so much, my dear. Really do appreciate you. Thank you so much. Much love to you, my sweet Gypsy. Love you to pieces. CT, there's my friend. My very, very intelligent friend. Sent you an email with picture comparison. Oh, okay. Thank you so much, CT. We'll look at that here in just a second. Thank you so much for all you do, my friend. Ginger Snap, thank you. Edgar can't bring the proof. He can only bring the flute with his mullet. Yes, I agree. I agree with that. You are absolutely right, Ginger, and thank you so much for all you do. Thank you so much, my friend. Hello, Seth Francis. Hello, Soldier Girl.
I know that there were a lot of detractors when Dog got involved, but from what I've seen, he's been very diligent about this. Constantly updating things, constantly putting out information. And there's a number of other people on both sides. But I think at this point, the pressure needs to be on.
It's time.
Someone knows what happened to that kid because he didn't run out of that house.
That's exactly right.
He did not leave that house on his own 2 feet. He just didn't. So maybe we'll see.
Look,
my
y'all.
hope with this case, obviously, is that
Edgar.
Sebastian is somehow found alive.
Look, as Crane.
But if not, I want that motherfucker brought to justice.
Hold on. Let's hear that again.
Maybe we'll see. My hope with this case, obviously, is that Sebastian is somehow found alive. But if not, I want that motherfucker brought to justice.
Can we get a round of applause for the Lore Lodge Aiden there? That's right. That part. Yes. Okay, they said thank you, Grandma. Thank you so much. In the beginning. So bear with me. I got to bounce around here. I got to find.
Hurrah! It's cowboy time all around at the lodge.
To make sure it's seated properly. Like my Ruger, I have it is easily fixed by
As I was doing especially with the
by the way.
Yeah, considering how most of the Bigfoot videos have gone in the last year.
I think so. Just giving you guys like a 20 to 30 minute video. If you could watch the whole thing or at least leave it
more not precise but focused version of the Sebastian Rogers case.
Yeah, and I'm sure as you're going through it, you might come across stuff that you're like, this is redundant. This gets covered in the next one. Blah blah blah. Like there might be some changes.
Did you have a title for it yet?
I haven't thought of one yet.
I just thought of one. I want to run it by you. I also want to run it by the audience. Just basically everything we know about Sebastian Rogers in 2024.
That's kind of what I wanted to do.
Yeah, because then considering.
So I'm assuming Lore Lodge is coming out with another video. So make sure you guys are subbed up to Lore Lodge. Link is in the chat. It is also in the description for the replay.
It's the end of 2024. Anything new that happens,
we can cover in a later video. Yeah.
Exactly.
One of the interesting developments, and I'm going to pull up
listen to this. Listen right here.
Like, wait a minute. That reminds me, I need to post drunk folklore. I still haven't done that. It'll go up this week, maybe.
Someone said I'm an irregular viewer. One arm is longer than the other. That was great.
All right, so I never thought that I'd be looking up Dog the Bounty Hunter. He follows me.
No way. You know, I mean...
That's got to be an as of the last 20 minutes kind of thing.
Yeah.
Go, dog,
Man, we live a
go.
weird life.
Somebody goes the mashup I didn't know I wanted till now. Oh, boy.
Was it on your personal or the Lore Lodge?
No, Lore Lodge. Yeah, Lore Lodge Twitter. Lore Lodge Twitter's a trip.
Wow. 3-hour video on Friday. Thank you, Joan. Thank you so much for letting us do that.
Lore Lodge
3-hour
Twitter is
video on Friday,
mostly
Lore
me
Lodge.
arguing with conspiracy theorists.
Well, I don't think I've ever tweeted a single tweet from the Lore Lodge.
You have
Twitter.
not. It is entirely me.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's mostly me arguing with conspiracy theorists and
Oh my God, I'm looking
correcting
that up
people's
now.
bad takes about Christianity from both Christians and non-Christians.
Another question I had. I was reminded of certain the absolute hypocrisy of from
Not always, but a lot of the time. Yeah, and that one I can also cover John and Patsy Ramsey's fake Christianity.
Yeah, let's go over that.
One of the things I hate most about those two, aside from the fact that, in my opinion, they killed their daughter. You know, but allegedly. But speaking of allegedly, Chris Proudfoot. He one of the things you're going to come across in this update is him tripping over himself a few more times. Not necessarily in the sense that I covered in the first series.
I was going to say, have they done more interviews?
That he has. Chris Proudfoot cannot keep his mouth shut, and it's so funny. The video makes comparisons between John Ramsey and Chris Proudfoot. Specifically, Chris Proudfoot is not smart enough. He is not as smart as John Ramsey. John Ramsey's a smart man. You have to be. If he did what I think he did, you got to be smart to get away with it.
Oh my God, Edna does look like Cruella Bowerfoot. red lipstick and all. There's Cruella Bowerfoot. They are made for the Flintstones. And he does a crane. Oh my God, I'm freaking crying here. Okay, pull it together. Pull it together. Whoever just told me to look up Edna Flintstone, thank you.
The problem is that Chris Proudfoot is a moron. I mean, this guy might be one of the dumbest people I've ever heard speak. He's one of those people who, you know, he's not actually that stupid. It's just he's got such bad Dunning-Kruger that it makes him stupid.
Yeah.
Like, he goes from being average to, like, Yuba County 5 because of his inability to shut up. There are a few specific things that I go over in the new video, and then I want to go through some of these newer interviews as well. I firmly believe that Chris Proudfoot will talk himself into a corner. Katie just hired a lawyer.
Listen to that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's actually
Listen to this.
not a corner. There are a few specific things that I go over in the new video, and then I want to go through some of these newer interviews as well. I firmly believe that Chris Proudfoot will talk himself into a corner. Katie just hired a lawyer.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I think they have already talked themselves into a corner, and I believe, in my opinion, that is exactly why they are not speaking anymore. Except the little self-control that Edgar had the other day whenever a creator that speaks to him, and Edgar had loosened up in the little bit that he knew him, and he started speaking the truth, and that triggered him. He did not want that out there, in my opinion.
Yeah, that's actually not in the reviews as well. I firmly believe that Chris Proudfoot will talk himself into a corner. Katie just hired a lawyer.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's actually not in the video because it just happened. I don't believe that if that had been, maybe I just missed it, but I don't think that was news yet.
I will say
he doesn't think that was news yet. Now, I think KK's probably had a lawyer in probably the last couple months. This is just my opinion. But yeah.
My really was partial surprise at hiring a lawyer, more so surprised that it took her this long.
Like I said, these aren't smart people. But yeah, I mean, some of the stuff. So there is now CCTV footage of them in the Texas Roadhouse. There is some court TV stuff. A former FBI agent, Jennifer Coffindaffer, she has a copy of the full video, the full footage. And she said some interesting things on court TV about what she saw and some of the unreleased stuff. And of course, I don't think I said this in the video. Oh yeah, I did say it in the video. Hey, if you've got that kind of stuff, stop keeping it to yourself. Like,
I could send you some things if you need it.
What if you put that out there and someone goes, oh, wait a second, that's my uncle who was there that night. I can ask him if he saw anything weird. Yeah, stop hoarding it.
Oh, you're specifically talking about the security footage.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, any footage like that related to this. But what drives me insane, because we've never done this, is when we come across footage of something, we put it in the video so people can see it. Or we link to it. We tell people where we found it,
the only reason that I won't put anything in a video is copyright if it's too graphic,
yes,
or if I just couldn't find it.
Yeah. So I mean, when we get the chance, we put
the
relevant footage into our video so that we're not being like,
that's
I have something
so funny
you don't have. And I get it to some extent. No, I don't, because this is how we make our living too.
Well, also, like what you said not long ago,
directed just at Coffindaffer. This is the whole industry.
Yeah, but what you said not long ago, like in a live that we did, and what you've said multiple times in Discord is like, we like to crowdsource investigations if possible.
Oh yeah, there have been a few times where I've been like, I have been digging for this and I cannot find it. I'll go to the Discord and ask if anybody else can find it, because they might not be able to. But it's better to ask in case someone does.
Yeah.
So no, I wish people would just do the right thing with it instead of keeping it themselves. I know sometimes they think they're doing it for the right reason. I know law enforcement has this idea that the general public can't be trusted with things like that. But the fact of the matter is, it has been 10 months, and the police don't know what happened.
If it's something that would allow potential suspects to then find a way to work that detail in,
I think the police have a pretty good idea now, just my opinion. But I think that they don't have Sebastian. Right? Thank you so much, Trishy. Thank you so much, my dear. Really do appreciate you. KK and Edgar are feeling pressure cooker in full effect. So now they deployed the PF Defense tour hitting X and YouTube nonstop prayers for the grand jury indictments. Congratulations on 20,000. Thank you so much, my dear beloved Trishy. Really do appreciate you. Thank you so much. Good to see you, my friend. Always love you, Trishy, so much, my dear. There is Benjamin Nielsen George. Happy New Year, everyone. May all your balls drop this new year in the 100 like it's skee ball. Thank you, Ben George. I appreciate the bluntness. It's good to see you, Ben. Hope you are well, my friend. Much love to you and yours. All the blessings to you in 2025, dear Ben.
Into an
Thank you,
alibi.
Then I get it.
Yeah, then it makes sense.
In this case, they're in the video.
Yeah.
So all you're doing by releasing only a small portion of it is people are going to say, oh, well, that was edited.
I feel the same way, Lakeside. If they had a way to return Sebastian by now, they would have by now. It's going to be a bloodbath when indictments come out, in my opinion. I think, I just feel like they would. I feel like the pressure he would have magically reappeared in one way or another. Again, I pray to God I'm wrong, but you never know.
To make it look worse, which granted, like, you look at the video and there are some weird things. Katie at one point is like looking around the room looking like she's looking for somebody, and for longer than you might look for the waiter. Like when you're at a restaurant and you can't find your waiter, you go, where's my waiter? Like for like a second and a half, and you're like, they'll come by. Now granted, Katie herself might be on the spectrum, so in fact I wouldn't be shocked if she was, based on everything that came out through those three episodes, how just how she behaves, some of her mannerisms, just weird. Not weird in like, in her case in a negative way, but I don't mean to say that autism is weird. Just like there's stuff that's off about her and you're like, what's going on here? And knowing Sebastian is as well, it's possible. Autism can be heritable. So yeah, I don't want to give too much away about what is in the video, but I wanted to get into kind of what I was talking about with the thumbnail of this. And the title, Look at the Parents. Because as I was looking through all of the Sebastian Rogers material, the thing that I kept coming back to is I was like, how? At no point did they really look at the parents. Because there's so many parallels with JonBenet Ramsey. And this isn't even me saying that John and Patsy did it. I think they're responsible. I think they know exactly what happened that night, and they're just not coming forward about it. Because it either implicates them or implicates Burke. I was under the impression that the mistakes made by the police, of which there were many, everybody dogs on the police in this case. For the most part, it is undeserved. But there are a few things that the police, just common sense, should have known better.
You're still talking about JonBenet, right?
Yeah. But my understanding was that case led to a lot of changes in standard operating procedure. That the errors made during the JonBenet Ramsey initial investigation were then fixed, or at least they attempted to fix them. But I look at JonBenet and, nobody was really properly recording police movements throughout the house. The parents were kind of allowed to be out of sight. The call comes in around the same time in the morning. The family had the house professionally cleaned not long after this happened. There's just, point after point.
Do you mind if I rewind it 30 seconds? You mind if I rewind it 30 seconds? So I can, I had to run downstairs for 2 seconds. I apologize.
Even me saying that John and Patsy did it. I think they're responsible. I think they know exactly what happened.
Thank you so much, Danielle. Really do appreciate you. Allegedly, in my opinion, Elevated Truth has a lot more information, and Fredger came on panel to stop him from saying more beyond his truck. Love your case study. Thank you so much, Danielle. I do believe he knows more, because he said, Edgar said when he got mad, he's like, if you just want to go ahead and put it out there, put it out there, or something to that effect. Then I thought, oh, and then, sorry, I just ran upstairs. And then Edgar, or Fredger, or no, not Edgar or Fredger, Elevated Truth said, what are you afraid of? Or what do you think I'm going to put out or something like that? So I was like, But I do believe Elevated Truth has contacted law enforcement if there has been anything. I know that he is someone that would go to law enforcement and do the right thing. Now, there is other YouTubers and others out there that I would not think that they would go and speak. I think some of them actually are trying to do the opposite. But that's just my opinion. Holy smoly, Ben George. Wow. Thank you so much for gifting 20 pearl necklaces. Oh my God. If you received one of those pearl necklaces, make sure you thank our Ben George, Benjamin. It goes by Elevated Truth. Elevated Truth. Thank you so much, Ben, for gifting 20 pearl necklaces. If you received one of those, make sure you give our Benjamin a big, big thank you. And make sure you enjoy our members only and our members only videos as well. Thank you so much, my dear. Very, very appreciated. All right.
Happened that night, and they're just not coming forward about it.
Hold
Because
on.
it,
What do you say there?
yeah, I don't want to give too much away about what is in the video, but I wanted to get into kind of what I was talking about with the thumbnail of this and the title, Look at the Parents. Because as I was looking through all of the Sebastian Rogers material, the thing that I kept coming back to is I was like, how at no point did they really look at the parents? Because there's so many parallels with JonBenet Ramsey. And this isn't even me saying that John and Patsy did it. I think
Right. I mean, you know, what law enforcement says to the public is not all the time what they think. Right. Now, particularly law enforcement, they're not going to put someone is a suspect, someone did this, and have law enforcement saying that the suspicion is over said individuals and they never get enough to actually charge them. You see what I'm saying? Take for instance Fruitland, Idaho, Michael Vaughn case. They came out and said there's 4 suspects. They named 4 suspects. They said what they believed happened. They excavated the backyard. But we still have no charge. We still have no charges. Like, they did charge him for something, then they dropped it. Now, one of the suspects, who, in my opinion, 1,000% is involved, but he's suing Fruitland Police Department. Right? It's a difference when someone has an opinion and someone flat out names you as a suspect. They're not going to do that. And that's why, particularly Tennessee, they rarely name suspects. They just say what they can to get by, really. And then they do their investigation. And when it's ready, they arrest. That's what they do. So there's that.
think they're responsible. I think they know exactly what happened that night, and they're just not coming forward about it because it either implicates them or implicates Burke. I was under the impression that the mistakes made by the police, of which there were many, everybody dogs on the police in this case. For the most part, it is undeserved. But there are a few things that the police, just common sense, should have known better.
You're still talking about JonBenet, right?
Yeah. But my understanding was that case led to a lot of changes in standard operating procedure. That the errors made during the JonBenet Ramsey initial investigation were then fixed, or at least they attempted to fix them. But I look at JonBenet and, nobody was really properly recording police movements throughout the house.
They have 90 days to make a decision, the grand jury. They have 90 days in Tennessee. So there's that. Yeah. Oh my God, True Sleuth. Hey girl, how you doing? Thank you. How are you, my friend? Congratulations, Justin, on 20,000. You've worked so hard and a bright light in this murky true crime world. Oh, thank you, True Sleuth. Thank you for your determination for not just Sebastian, but for so many others. God bless you and your family. I've missed you and the Pearl family. 2025 will be better. Thank you. I appreciate those words more than anything. I really do. Thank you so much. Very generous of you, my dear. God bless you and yours. And I just love our friendship, Truth Sleuth. Thank you so much. I really do value it. Thank you.
Else, the parents were kind of allowed to be out of sight. The call comes in around the same time in the morning. The family had the house professionally cleaned not long after this happened. There's just, point after point after point after point. Apparently even though Katie works for, it wasn't ADT, was it?
I think it was
Brinks. It was Brinks.
Oh, yeah.
So even though Katie works for Brinks Home Security and has a Brinks van that sits in their driveway that she oddly would not, was cagey about telling people. She was like, I don't know if we can say what kind of van it was. And it's like, I went in and I found the exact van. It was like a Dodge something. And I posted, I was like, this is what Brinks uses. It's uniform. Why would you not just say that? Like, you're lying because you think you have things to hide. Because at this point and that's the other thing, with the Ramseys, they had attorneys immediately, which granted, I can understand that the advice is typically lawyer up if you might be a suspect. The problem with them is that they kept refusing to do interviews even with their attorneys present. We haven't even got to that part yet, guys. 4 months.
I was going to say, have we really not?
Almost 5. Yeah, 4 whole. It was a full 4 months. It was April 30th. We are through December 31st. The JonBenet series is not over yet, but it's just not going to be every week.
Yeah.
It's probably going to be once a month until we get through it. And then we'll switch to a different cold case, probably Madeline McCann. That was, the other one people have heavily requested. And then we're also going to do a conspiracy theory or urban legend. We're going to do a missing persons case, like a missing 411. And then I'm not sure what the 4th category will be, but we'll just kind of be alternating topics a little bit more. It'll be a little bit more structured and planned out. So hopefully you guys are getting more variety and don't get tired of one specific topic. But, back to what I was saying here, the Ramseys had lawyers. And so those lawyers, were advising them on what to say, advising them on, when to talk to the police, when not to talk to the police. The Proudfoots didn't have that. Anything they weren't saying was because they thought they shouldn't say it. This was not expert advice. This was their consciences. And I think that is an important factor in reading them, in watching their interviews, in trying to understand where they're coming from with the various things that they say, because it's not like the Ramseys. But in almost every other way, it's like the Ramseys. I mean, there is so much about this, but that's what I was saying. Katie works for Brinks. She knows how home security systems work. She knows the value of one. She knows how to install them. In fact, it doesn't even appear that they don't have one, because all they would ever say is,
okay, so let me just show you this right here. We're going to come back to this, I promise. I just want to show you this right here really quickly. Now, the grand jury in Sumner, they meet once a month. 12 members meet the first week, Monday through Thursday of every month. Each grand jury serves for 3 months. The duties for the grand jury are to consider all criminal cases submitted by the DA, the district attorney, to inquire into any report of a criminal offense brought to the attention by a member of the grand jury, to inquire into any abuse of office by state or local officials, to report the result of action to the court. So for this, it's going to be for January 25, it's going to be the January 6th and January 7th. Again, do we know if Sebastian is, if they're going to do anything in January? We have no idea. But what I do think is been interesting is that the DA has been regularly meeting on this case, weekly meetings. The DA was at the meetings in the beginning with Chris, Katie, Seth, which I thought was very, very interesting. And we can pray. And I do believe at the very, very minimum, we are getting closer every single day. Hopefully by that year mark, the very most hopefully. Thank you so much, Ben George. 2025 will be better, especially if you decide to make it better. That's right. Make it better for yourself and all those around you. It will spread. That's good. I agree, Ben George. I am naturally a pessimist. At my core, I'm a pessimist. But the book that changed my life, it's not a huge book. It's called Attitude is Everything by Jeff Keller. And I give it out to all kinds of people around me. It's because you have to start out with a good attitude, and your attitude is really everything. It's everything to, when you put your 2 feet on the floor, thank God that you've got 2 legs, that you're able to use them. Start out with a good attitude. It's contagious. It is contagious, your attitude and how you perceive the world. You can choose to live in a friendly universe that, some bad things happen, or you can choose to live in a hostile, vile universe where everything's bad, everything's negative, and all that. And that changed my life. The Secret, that's a very good book too. So thank you for that. And those are very wise words. Yes. So that little book changed my life.
Is that there were no security cameras watching the outside of the house. Nina Gomez, of course, Chris's ex-wife, who still shares a daughter with him. That daughter has custody, which means that they go to court together. They know what is in each other's homes in terms of security. This is a custody battle. That is gonna be an argument made by lawyers. It's gonna be, well, how do you know that Nina is capable of keeping the child safe? How do you know that Chris is capable of keeping the child safe? If they have in-home cameras, they're going to mention it. They're going to be like, well, we have security. He's only allowed, to text these people on his phone, like various things like that, especially with a child like this. And also, let's be realistic, with a child who has the problem Sebastian has, because he's not just autistic, he has this genetic disorder with fluid on his brain too. I would be utterly astonished. If Katie didn't work for Brinks, it would be a different story. She works for Brinks, or at least did when this all happened. I don't know if she still does. I would be astonished if they didn't have in-home security. I'd be willing to bet that it's actually offered to Brinks employees for free. I haven't looked into it, but I would bet that if you're a technician, they want you to have your own system so you know how it works.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So Nina, Edgar's ex, they share a child together. She says that they had cameras. I can't imagine someone who was in kind of like the technical field, even when they was, in the Navy, or then was it Navy? I can't remember. I think it was Navy. And then someone who installs cameras, security systems, not having security systems in their home. I mean, it came with a security system to begin with. As I just don't see them not having a security system. I definitely don't see them not having cameras either. Again, Nina said that they did. I have also spoken to someone that knows Edgar and said they did have a couple cameras inside, allegedly, and one allegedly being in the kitchen. So, and also, it just goes to show you Edgar will not answer that question. Yep, ADT came with the home, yes. But he will not answer that question. Why? Why won't you answer that question? It's a very simple question. Well, this is why, in my opinion, you won't answer that question, because it would actually show that what happened that evening, right? It would actually show what happened that evening, and I don't think that would be a very good thing for them, in my opinion. Oh, thank you, Ben. You can embrace good attitude, but no, there is not any shame in walking away from bad attitudes. Absolutely. It's not about, it's not so much about others' attitude. It's your attitude despite someone else's, bad attitude or whatever. And you should never be around toxicity. Because again, it's contagious. That will bring you down. You want to be around positive, uplifting people. We generally are attracted, friendship, or whatever relationship we have, to those that are similar to us, right? Like, most of you here are not the type that's going to sit and listen to someone screaming at the top of their lungs day in and day out over things that doesn't matter, things that don't make sense, and just, piles of trash, really. You know what I mean? So you're right. Yeah. So we're just kind of attracted to the way we see the world. Yes, exactly, Ginger.
Intimately. It's in your home. You're interacting with every day. I can't say for sure they have one, but all the evidence seems to suggest they have an in-home security system with cameras that would be able to show the interior of the house. And of course, where are you going to have those cameras pointed?
Sure.
In places where people are.
Sure, they could. They absolutely could. Now, in my opinion, it just depends if it was a DV box, if it was a cloud, how it was. But in my opinion, I feel like the landfill, they were looking for more of something rather than someone. That's just my opinion. Don't know. But, and I feel like they're looking for something in the landfill there.
And in doors and windows. Entryways to the home, so that you know who's going in and coming out. If anybody was peeking in, what's going on inside. Keep in mind, Faith is a small child. It makes sense they'd have monitoring for her too. And they've never, to my knowledge, they have never said there aren't security cameras in the home. Now, the police...
Nope. They have never said that. They won't. They will just say, "I'm not going to tell you. That's a security feature, and I'm not going to tell you about the security features of my home." What? That doesn't even make sense. In fact, that's why they give you the sign to stick out in our yard to say it deters people. That sign alone deters people. You tell people, hey, I got a security system in my house. Well, that deters people, right? Yes, he's not going to divulge that information.
Police have, as far as I understand, I believe reviewed that footage if it exists, but I've also not seen anything from the police saying they've done so.
I was going to say, has anybody even asked them whether or not they have them in the home?
I asked a bunch of questions that were not answered by the police. I'm frustrated about that.
I meant more like, has anybody in an interview with one of the Proudfoots asked?
Yes, and what they say is
Thank
like
you,
that they're not going to answer that
so
question.
much.
Or they won't go
Welcome.
into detail about what security measures they have in place.
Interesting.
They made it sound like it was about, like making sure nobody can break in, but what? There's a Brinks van outside your house. If somebody's casing the neighborhood, you're the last house they're looking at.
Yeah. No, it sounds like they're trying to evade the fact that they...
And he has a good point. There's a freaking Brinks van outside your house. And ironically, from what I understand, KK, the van that she always drove had Brinks across it. Now I think allegedly she just has just a white inconspicuous van, if you will, that doesn't really say that. But before, from what I understand, and according to neighbors that I've spoke to, it always said Brinks right across it.
do have them, they just don't want to acknowledge what may or may not have been on that footage.
And do you remember anything about the home security system that the Ramseys had the night that John Bonet died?
Wasn't it disarmed?
It was disarmed. I mean, I look at this and it just point for point.
I mean, I understand Queen CC. She says, I don't like cameras inside people's home. My son has them, and I feel spied on even though I don't do anything weird or wrong, just my opinion. I completely understand that. But I also understand it for if you got like a babysitter, right? A caregiver for an elderly person, someone that has like, you know, you have a child that runs away a lot or, you know, tries to get out a lot for the inside and outside, you know, see what, you know, God forbid. But there, you know, there's different reasons. I think people have them. So there's that. What was that? Hold on.
Last house they're looking at.
Yeah. No, it sounds like they're trying to evade the fact that they do have them. They just don't want to acknowledge what may or may not have been on that footage.
And do you remember anything about the home security system that the Ramseys had the night that John Bonet died?
Wasn't it disarmed?
It was disarmed. I mean, I look at this and it just point for point. It's like they looked at the Ramsey.
Yes. You know, I took care of my mama till the day she died, and I had cameras in her room so I could hear her if she needed. I could talk to her if I was out or something like that. So, you know, there's different reasons, you know, to make sure an elderly person doesn't fall or something. So, you know, there's just different reasons for different, you know, everyone's got a different situation.
Case and went, oh, we can do that. I mean, look, I'm not being rude. I'm just being brash, like Chris always says. He is, you know, he's blunt, he's brash, he's honest.
Yes.
You know?
Well, not only that, Bubbly Beth, but someone that knows Edgar told me that allegedly, so a lot of the cameras, you know, it's got like a motion detection, right? And allegedly, if a someone would go into the kitchen in the middle of the night, it would set off an alarm, set off a thing on your phone or your device, and said person would start screaming. Can you imagine going to your refrigerator at night and getting yelled at? I cannot. Yeah, it sends an alert. Yeah. Shame on anybody that does that. Just awful. Listen, that's when I like to eat is 3 a.m. It's not good for you. I know that. But it is what it is. You know what? I can't imagine telling someone to get out of a kitchen. I would feed a stranger, my worst enemy. Like, you don't let anybody go hungry. If you're hungry for a reason. Just that simple.
Things that he's not one of those things. I love the fact that, like,
especially when he's skinny already and he takes medicine that may increase his appetite, and when he wants to eat. Who cares?
Seth came out and said, that Chris said there was something about Sebastian that if he told people the truth, nobody would want to look for him anymore. I've never seen Chris deny that. That's in our videos, Aiden.
No, yeah, I'm just not remembering this. What is this?
Oh, supposedly, this was about how Chris kept saying that Sebastian going to live with his dad had nothing to do with faith. That Sebastian going to live with his dad had nothing to do with the court case, that what happened to Sebastian had nothing to do with faith whatsoever. Meanwhile, Chris Proudfoot arranges for Sebastian to go live with his biological dad, Seth, and at almost exactly the same time, he starts a new court proceeding. He files a new motion.
Good point, Rosebud. Who lawyers up when they say they've passed a polygraph? I mean, I really want that to answer that, Justin. I've never heard of that. You make an excellent point, Rosebud. Yes, who lawyers up when they say they passed a polygraph? Who does that? Who pleads the fifth whenever your child is supposedly walked out the door on his own? I cannot stand that woman, Shonda Van Ark. You want to talk about Satan on wheels, is that woman. The worst thing a human being can do, a parent, an adult, is break a child's spirit. That's the worst thing. You don't ever break a child's spirit. They are growing, their minds are developing, they are blossoming, and you don't break their spirit. I literally just want to weep thinking about that.
Motion to attempt to get primary custody of Faith. The way I see it, those two things are intimately connected. Sebastian then disappears after that court battle is already underway, which leads me to believe, maybe there was something going on that Chris was worried Sebastian might interfere with. Now, when we first put the series out, I was very much of the opinion that Sebastian could still be alive. I am less and less confident about that as time goes on. This is a kid who has severe medical issues.
Of the summer, yeah. Like if we go, like if I buy, where was this comment? I think, who said that? I think it was Gypsy who just said it. She would go to like the grocery store twice a week. Like teenagers, they eat a lot. Dispatch, they eat a lot. Like of the summer when my boys, they have their friends over, they each eat an entire pizza by themselves. Like they'll eat an entire pizza. But you just order them one big ass pizza each, because that they're going to eat it. They're going to eat it. They're growing. Just is what it is. Just is what it is. And that's the thing, Butterfly Kisses. Like they said, oh, he would come in and eat junk. He would eat junk. Well, maybe don't buy as much junk. If you don't want him to eat junk, maybe you like junk too, KK, Edgar. I mean, most of us eat a little junk food sometimes. Just the way it is.
Is very much special needs. I have a hard time seeing how he could have survived this long without somebody finding out he's there.
Yeah, he would have to be with someone somewhere.
Yeah. I mean, the one possibility was that somebody somehow smuggled him out of the country, but Chris and Katie have been...
Well, I have heard that KK allegedly had to buy most of Sebastian's snacks. Allegedly.
Been here this whole time, as have both of their entire families.
Yeah.
And I don't think they have... I know that the Proudfoot family is a little bit more on the wealthy side, from what I understand from things locals have said.
Yeah, they're business owners, aren't they?
Yeah, I believe so. But not that wealthy. Not wealthy enough to, send him to be cared for in a foreign country, getting the proper medical care for almost a year.
Yeah.
So I don't think that's very likely at all. The two possibilities I would see at that point are that he was murdered or he was kidnapped or trafficked. Those, because otherwise he's somehow still with that family and nobody's found him. Now, the new development, the interesting one, is the Dog the Bounty Hunter stuff. So, what did he say today? Yes, I'm just kind of, scrolling through Twitter, and what do I find? Delco, the fight for answers about little Sebastian's disappearance is now moving from Tennessee to Pennsylvania. A $250,000 reward is being offered, and then it's 833-TELL-DOG, or email Sebastian at manhunts1.com, or manhunts.1. So I don't know a ton of what's going on here. I was just followed by a bunch of people involved in this case, so maybe I'll have an opportunity to talk to people about this soon and figure out what this change is.
Hey,
but I guess there's some...
Someone just texted me. Do you remember if it was Nina's interview where she said Bowerfoot tried to allegedly bribe Faith School with a new playground, I believe, to try to get access to her during school visits? Do y'all remember that? Does anyone remember that? They've had plenty of snacks. Yeah. It was in Nina's interview. Oh, I don't remember that at all. Well, if Mohawk says it, Mohawk's got the memory of the best memory, I think, on the planet. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Wow. Yeah. Yep, Ginger. Exactly. Mohawk's got the memory. I don't remember that. But I see some of you are saying you do. I need to find that. I need to find that where she said that. Yeah, Michelle, I will. Um, 1 second, they're texting me again. Transfer of faith. UFCB sister telling him. Yeah, and then allegedly, Nina alleges that I think it was Mr. Bowerfoot alleged that he would run them over. He said he would run them over. Huh.
Harassment going
I'll
on,
pull it up in just a second.
all that. He hasn't, from what I can tell, he hasn't really explained why Delco is now in the question. But what I wanted to say about it is, if it is that, if they think that he moved his way up to Pennsylvania, the only reason, I can't think of a ton of reasons to go to Delco. Delco, for those who don't know, is the southeasternmost county in Pennsylvania. It's small by comparison to our county, Chester. I think it's slightly bigger than Philadelphia County in terms of land mass, but population, it's smaller than Chester population, I believe, as well. It has the city of Chester in it, which is extremely dangerous. And then also, as we've learned firsthand, an utterly incompetent police department in Ridley Township. I mean, dangerously incompetent.
Yeah, it was. He allegedly threatened Nina and her children with the baseball bat, the yellow and green baseball bat. That just shows you, in my opinion, that if Edgar turns on KK, KK don't got a chance. They will throw her under the bus. They are going to throw her under the bus. I hope Nina turned to the tribe. Yeah. And listen, Nina, they actually have a child together, right? Nina and Edgar have a child together. Their grandchild. KK does not have that with them. How do you think that'll be?
In police department in Ridley Township.
You want to watch a video about that that's coming up on its first year anniversary, you go watch the Tommy Booth video.
Yeah, Tommy Booth. I mean, that is what happened in that case is a travesty. It is truly incredible how bad that investigation was.
Probably.
The fact that we don't have the camera footage is wild.
Well,
we do have some camera footage,
yeah,
but not it's another one of those situations. It's really this guy left and no camera caught him leaving the bar.
Yeah,
none of them.
Well, that's the ironic bit, considering all of the camera footage we do have, all of the footage I went through, just to kind of convert it because it was in a format that was literally unwatchable.
If you want to explain that, why we did that.
Yeah, so we met up with Tommy Booth's mother to go over some things, and
we have the case file.
Yeah, we have the case file, and she also gave us all of.
He was that vicious to the mother of his only child. And Nina said, when she found out she was pregnant, what he wanted her to do. Whenever the baby started kicking, here, feel the baby. No. And then threw a fit, allegedly, and the nurses flagged him or something, and they was watching him there, and she says you could just tell he was didn't care.
The footage she had, we went to the police department.
Yeah, we went to the police department to get the footage, and then they didn't give us the footage we actually requested.
When someone's pregnant, it takes a lot to grow a human being, right? And you're sick, you're emotional, you don't feel good and all of that. And can you imagine just not having support? That's terrible. It would not only hurt your feelings, but I don't know, like, I just can't imagine. You know, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Which, of course, was being requested by the mother of a victim in a case they consider to be closed.
Yeah. Which shouldn't be a problem.
If that's the thing, if the case is closed, why aren't you showing me the footage?
Yeah, exactly.
Why aren't you showing his mom the footage?
Kim, it's 3 hours 37 minutes to Mississippi from his door to his camper to there. That is, doing, regular everyday. Now, if he goes to he actually doesn't have to be there till 7 o'clock. He actually doesn't have to be there till 7 o'clock. And you're not there at 6 o'clock in the morning. There's no need.
Yeah.
I'm a journalist. She's a mom.
Yeah.
But you know what Edgar could do? Very simple, which is what we've been asking him. The public has been asking him for nearly a year now. He says he has a Life 360. Show it. And show your time slip. Now, remember, Edgar says he was in the crane at 6:03 in the morning. $6:03 in the morning, you were in a crane? No. The gates don't even open till 7 o'clock. Not a chance. Not a chance. You can't even start working until, 7 or 8 o'clock? Not a chance, in my opinion.
Why isn't she seeing the right stuff?
So she was given that footage, but she also,
in my opinion, at about 3:15 or so, he left. And in this hypothesis or theory, I think when he was getting right there close in Memphis, that's when KK called him. So he would be pinging in Memphis.
also had some existing footage on a hard drive of
Yeah.
hers that was in a form. I believe it was both forms
Yes,
of the
was.
footage were in file formats that were just not watchable.
Yeah, it was
on
probably like you need
a
a
laptop.
certain software that the police use.
And that's the thing. Yeah, it's like it was. I don't even remember what it wasn't. AVIF, but it was some
It was
weird.
weird.
Yeah. So I had to download a application in order to convert the footage to MP4. So then I went through all of it just briefly once I was had converted all of them to make sure they converted correctly. And the reason it's so shocking is because after having gone through all the footage that we were given, it is amazing that nothing caught him, because you get almost every I don't think it has the back door, but you have the front door for almost the entire night. You've got every section of bar in the building, the dance floor. I think there was a pool hall in a portion of it.
We'll do a
Like
chicken
there's
party.
so much coverage. Granted, the footage is horrible quality.
Yeah, it's not great.
It's like 360p if you're
Let me see if there's anything else they're
We
going
know from Tommy's parents that these guys were trafficking drugs and guns, trying to make money off of a tragedy. Outright obstructive behavior from the DA, and then
that runs in different townships.
Let's see if they talk about it anymore.
the kind of thing that even if you are a rather liberally minded person in that sense, those are trafficking. That's different. That's not OnlyFans. After this case wrapped up.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I look at everything you look at. It's Thomas's whole point in, like,
Yeah.
that's not, that doesn't make sense. But I did see screenshots of what appeared to be real tweets from Eric Craddock.
Oh, hold on.
It's myself, but I did see screenshots of what
If I wonder if it was a similar situation, and it remind me of the town that Sebastian Rogers.
Hendersonville, Tennessee, and it's Sumner County.
Sumner County. So I'm curious if Sumner County has a similar issue.
Well, somebody did. I may be. This may be. I will put it out there that I have not gone and confirmed this myself, but I did see screenshots of what appeared to be real tweets from Eric Craddock, the former deputy sheriff, who is now the sheriff after the former sheriff died suddenly.
Oh, fun.
Yeah, a few months ago.
Can't wait.
Craddock, I can't remember the exact terminology, but suffice to say he downplayed child sexual abuse.
Oh.
Yeah, in a tweet. Now, again, it could be that is a fake tweet. I did not look.
In my opinion, it's a real tweet, as well. And I don't think it made him look good at all. CT. Okay, yeah, I'm looking at your email now. Let me look
too deeply into it. It looked like a real tweet. If you want to go look for it, feel free. I'm going to try and find it and get to the bottom of it when we eventually do a real, when there's more updates to give, because I wasn't going to make a full update video, clickbait it and be like, hey, there's so much new information, and it's like 3 or 4 things. But as time goes on, I'm sure there will be opportunities to make significant updates to the case. Again, my goal is I'm a historian. I don't like to cover active cases. I like to cover cases that are historical at this point, which is why I like Jean Bonnet. Also because that one's just such a pain in the ass. But
okay,
yeah, I
gotta
think
show y'all something in just a second.
this one to me feels like a sheriff's department issue, not a DA issue. Now, granted, in a county as small as that, is there necessarily much of a difference? I don't know. But if what Nina said is true, because maybe she just got confused thinking back, that it was the Sumner County Sheriff's Office and she was actually, at the Henderson PD. The way she presented things, it seemed that the police were very friendly to the Proudfoots. And interestingly, this is the part that really gets me. When Sebastian was reported missing, they did not call 911.
Exactly.
They called the sheriff's office directly.
Same thing as Don and Candace Wells in the Summer Wells case. They did not call 911. In fact, Edgar, he says that he wanted to get by 911. He wanted to save time, as if it's complicated and time consuming to call 911. They don't make 911 anywhere within the continental United States that is complicated. Period. End of conversation. And it actually took longer. Now, Sumner County Sheriff's Office, they were closed at 6 in the morning. I don't think they opened up till, the office opened up till 8, if I'm correct. I actually have the recording. I've played it before, and it says, and I actually called at like 6:30 in the morning. And it says, "You have reached the Sumner County Sheriff's Office. If this is an emergency, please hang up and dial 911. Our office hours are blah, 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 blah. They don't open till 8 a.m. Thank you, Mohawk." So that doesn't mean there's people not there. There's always people at the sheriff's office, but regardless, if he did speak to someone, I don't know. It's recorded still. But in my opinion, they told him to hang up and call 911. But he says he calls dispatch, which, in my opinion, aka that is the non-emergency line. They take this is same calls, but it's the non-emergency line. Going to bed, Shelly. Good night, darling. Thank you for being here. Just insanity. Just insanity. But KK and Edgar, they also say, well, you know, if Sebastian had an emergency, you know, like there was a health emergency going on, then she would have hung up and called 911. But at that time, they just didn't know what was going on. But she calls Edgar after her words, literally 1 minute of looking around. And by that time, she was in a full-blown panic. So Edgar calls 911. Right. I don't think of I couldn't think of a bigger emergency than, you know, there's, you know, a health issue, a health emergency. That's a huge emergency. But the whole being not being there when you supposedly wake up in the morning, that's a really big emergency. Really, really big emergency.
Aha. So, yeah,
Everywhere.
you got to know at least one person there pretty well to be able to do that.
Yeah, they called Central Dispatch,
Yeah.
which is not. You don't have to. I mean, if we call the
Non-emergency
non-emergency
line.
line here in Phoenixville, it takes us to Chester County
Mhm.
Central Dispatch. That's the non-emergency line. The reason you call the non-emergency line instead of 911 in a literal emergency, is because you want the
911. Do you need police, fire, or ambulance? Almost identical. Yes. Right, Sergeant. Exactly.
right person coming to your house. The reason you call the non-emergency line instead of 911 in a literal emergency is because you want the right person coming to your house. You want to make sure the right people are responsible. Which to me suggests that they had friends at the sheriff's department.
Yep.
Otherwise, you'd call 911. You just would. Like, they're like, oh, you know, out in the rural areas where we are, you were like 10 minutes from Hendersonville, dude.
I agree,
You're not far. The cops who responded were Hendersonville cops.
Yeah. Also, like, they
You
live
coulda
in a
called
development.
Hendersonville.
I mean, listen, they live right beside the high school. Do you think it's going to be very complicated where the freaking high school is, that it's going to be complicated to call 911? No, they live right beside the high school. It's not complicated anywhere within the continental United States. It's just not. That's why the number for 911 is 911. 3 digits that a 3-year-old can memorize. They make it as easy as humanly possible.
Like, it's not like they were out in the boonies. Like, they lived in a neighborhood that looks like if they don't have an HOA, it would be one that would have one.
It does look like a neighborhood that would have an HOA. Also, we know that neighborhood has a ton of Ring doorbell cameras, a lot of security cameras. Nobody caught Sebastian walking around the neighborhood. I mean, it's just, it pisses me off thinking about the case. But like I said, it's all the echoes of the JonBenet Ramsey stuff.
Yep.
Cops not doing their jobs. for some reason or another, improperly doing their jobs in some cases. And then, basically the parents going, I realize all of this evidence points at us,
CT.
but look at this shiny thing over here. Like, why are you, your child is missing. Why are you suing YouTubers for driving through your neighborhood that you don't live in anymore because you moved away from the place that you would expect your son to be?
Exactly. Why he's literally, suing or doing a some restraining order against someone who was in his neighborhood to literally put out flyers for a couple days, hundreds of flyers everywhere for your missing son. You're insane. You're insane for doing that. Oh, you're right, Truth Sleuth. Thank you so much. Yes. Boom. Boom. Oops, what'd I do? What'd I do? Yes. The PFs live less than a mile from the fire station. KP could have driven up the street and got a response in less than 5 minutes. It's not even, it's, I'm going to pull something up while great point. Great point. Okay, Daily. Thank you, baby. Busted. FBI, open up! FBI, open up! Mother chicken. Exactly. That is such a great point. Nobody has brought that up yet. Nobody has thought that. See, we still think of things. Well, great point, Truth Sleuth. Great point.
To be coming back to if he decided to come home. I just, like, listen, the way the Ramseys behaved makes them look guilty as sin. The way the Proudfoots behaved is worse. And it's still going. I mean, I think it's very funny that John Ramsey is getting up there and, talking about how the police won't do what they need to do and they won't test these samples. Meanwhile, his own attorneys in 1997 were going to these we're sending the DA guys to the CBI to tell them, hey, don't test those samples. Real thing that happened, guys. Deputy DA Hofstrom, the chief prosecutor for Boulder County in 1997, hand-delivered a letter to the...
Look at this. Look at this. Truth Sleuth just blew it out of the water. Just blew it out of the water. Look at this. A wop, ba, loo, bop, a wop, bam, boom. Here is Sebastian's home. Here is the fire department. Sebastian's home, right here. Fire department, right there. If we do it in a straight line, .38 miles. 0.38 miles. She has to drive it to get to the, she drives past it to get to the school. Oh my God. That is such an excellent point. Such an excellent point. Good Lord. Thank you, Coco Honey Bunny. Thank you so much, my dear. Prayers that the new year gives Seth answers he deserves. Amen. Thank you so much, my friend. Another red flag. Yes. Look, she's right here's the Beach High School. This is where Sebastian goes to school. I mean, look, here's their home, right? They have to go there. She has to go by there. Right there. And then the high school. My God. That's incredible. Incredible. That is such a good point.
The Colorado Bureau of Investigation saying, don't test these samples. The letter was from a Ramsey attorney. And he just gave it his blessing to make sure it worked. I mean, obstructing the testing of samples.
Specifically DNA samples that
DNA
could rule in or out suspects in the murder
DNA,
of a child.
serology, fingerprints, hair, fibers. I mean, there was a beaver hair found on the duct tape, I believe, and Patsy had a pair of boots that were lined with beaver hair that were never submitted. Like, the Ramseys didn't turn them over. And the Boulder DA wouldn't subpoena anybody because he didn't want to offend the Ramseys.
Naturally.
I mean, it's so frustrating looking at these two cases that happen almost 30 years apart, and you're like, okay, everybody made exactly the same mistakes. There was clearly corruption going on. Why aren't we looking at the parents? I mean, that's the part that really drives me insane is, at least with Boulder, I hope somebody who works for the Sumner County Sheriff's Department comes out sometime from now and writes the Steve is the Steve Thomas of this case. Because we need that. We need somebody to go through and be like, all right, I got to come clean. People were preventing us from looking at the parents. Because from what I can tell, they really haven't. I mean, the fact that they allowed the home to be professionally cleaned.
Yeah, that is genuinely the most not the most shocking thing, but it is shocking that was at best such a large oversight.
Yep.
If not an element of corruption in and of itself.
It made me so angry going back through all of it, and I highly recommend you guys watch the complete version of the documentary, even if you've already seen them, because I think seeing it all tied together.
I'll show you guys 0.6 miles. 0.6 miles. And half of the 0.6 miles is them actually getting out of the place that they live at. Wow. Wow. They have not sold their home, but that does not mean they're like. So, Gypsy, from what I understand, they've not sold their home. They do have family members coming in and coming out, like switching vehicles out periodically.
It would be official Dog the Bounty Hunter.
Official Dog the Bounty Hunter. Somebody looks like he said, "Fess up or give up." $250,000 reward.
Dog, we are. I'm speaking to you right now, my man. I actually watched some of your show growing up. This is fun. This is a cool moment for me. We are literally 30 minutes from Delaware County. Our studio is 30 minutes from Delaware County. I grew up 30 feet from Delaware County, or like 300 yards. But I went to restaurants and games and all sorts of things there all the time. I don't know it quite as well as I know Chester County, my home area, but
oh my goodness. Thank you so much, True Sleuth. That's very generous of you again, my dear. If Sebastian left on his own, like suggested, the fire station would have very likely seen him on their security feed. I'm wondering if the fire station has either of the PS vehicles on security footage between Sunday 9 p.m. and Monday 4 a.m. That's okay, just reporting. That's okay. We don't. I'm not even worried about that. Not even worried about that. Not even worried about that. We keep it classy here. We're not those people. I'm wondering if the fire station has either. Okay, so look at this. Look at this. Let me show you this. Look at this. Google Earth right here. So right here, this is Stafford right here, right? Right here, Stafford. And this is where Sebastian went to school. KK said she thought Sebastian might be right there at the school, that he might have walked to school, right? That he might have walked to school. Well, so she says she goes down here. Now, she is seen on camera down here. That is true. She is seen on camera down here. There is cameras everywhere at this school. Nowadays, let me take this banner down. Nowadays, schools have, without shoes and without a backpack, right? Right? Without schools and without a backpack. So there's that. Now, let's look here. Let's zoom out here a little bit. And if we go right down here to this, I can't remember where the cameras are. There are cameras somewhere here on one of these poles. I can't remember which one it was. Let me go over here. Okay, right here. Here's one of the cameras, right? And there's a couple others somewhere else. One here somewhere. But here's one. And you can go to like the Department of Highways or something like that with and pull up a few pictures within an hour. You can get the you can buy like an entire hour's worth. It's really expensive though. It's really expensive. I don't think, in my opinion, that if it was premeditated, I definitely don't think they would have been coming through here. But I don't think that night that they came through here, whoever did this, I believe that when they went out, remember this way's the school and right the stoplights. I believe that they came out right here and right down the street here. They either went on Happy Hollow Road. There is no cameras back through there. Or they went on Center Point Road. If you go to Happy Hollow Road or you go to Center Point Road, then there's nothing. They could have gone through the back part of the neighborhood. What do you mean? The back part of the neighborhood. I don't understand what you mean. Because there's really no way. I mean, maybe like, is this what you're talking about? Like this and then out? I just really think it's the most logical is Happy Hollow Road or Center Point Road. But Happy Hollow Road is more desolate Okay, please don't mention any other creator in here, guys. Please. We don't care. We really don't care. Okay.
I know Delco. I know Delco pretty well. I played football games there. Like, I had friends who lived there. If you want us to help out with anything, we are right here. Feel free to reach out. You can do it on Twitter. You can send an email to Mattis at redactedmediapa.com or Thornbury at redactedmediapa.com or thelorelodge@gmail.com. We are happy to hand over dossiers, anything that we have access to. It's yours. We just want this case solved.
Yeah, and access to is including our time and capabilities to help out to the best of our ability. Obviously we have this that we need to run, but in order to find a lost child, we can definitely manage to spare some time in our week to go help with a search in any way, shape, or form that would actually be beneficial.
And we are fairly well regarded in the community, so I think we could probably organize some help too.
Without a doubt, yeah.
So if that's something that you'd like, that you have any interest in, we are right here. Very happy to help. If that is, of course, the real dog, the bounty hunter. And if it's not, can you let him know we said that?
That'd be good.
Yeah, that would be Our lives have gotten weird, dude.
They really have.
Our lives have gotten very strange.
But yeah, before we go to Super Chat, any last thoughts, hopes for this case in particular that you're
Sebastian?
Yeah, that you're looking forward
They really
to
don't care
potentially happening in 2025 or anything that you finally just want to cover?
And by electronics.
I can see there is some heat being applied now.
Yeah.
I think there was a bit of a lull.
She could have
Chris
just knocked on
Proudfoot
her
can't keep
neighbor.
his mouth shut. He just can't.
Yes, there is law enforcement in the neighborhood. When you go to, okay, think about this. What would be one of the first things you're going to do whenever your child isn't there, right? You're going to first call 911, right? Number two, you're going to check more than a minute, right? Guys, don't mention her again, please. I don't care. I appreciate it. I know you guys. I don't care. I don't watch any of that. I don't care. I really don't. Please. Really don't care. I don't answer. No. Listen. What Seth working or not means nothing to me. Chris and Katie working or not means nothing to me. I don't care. I don't get here for distractions or anything else. It is a distraction. That's all it is. That's all it is. We are talking about cases that actually matter. That actually matter. Whether Seth has worked in a year or not, he is an innocent man. Okay? Please, I know you guys mean well, but I don't care. I literally don't care. Okay? If they have if they need an answer or something, email me, ask Seth, do whatever, but it means nothing to me. It just is what it is, right? I mean, I believe we're getting closer, right? And that's just what it is. So I really, we don't get into that stuff here. We stay on the case. We have stayed on this case since day 8. Since day 8. And that is what we will continue to do. Whether any 3 of them is working or not, the only thing that matters was where they was the night of the 25th going into the 26th. That's what matters. That's the only thing that matters. That's it. That's it. That's it. I know. Pay to A fatal paper cut. I really don't. I don't have time for it. I really don't. So when you come here, you get true crime. I don't get into the mess of all of the bull crappery. Just like Laura Lodge, and Mob Crew and stuff like that. I just don't associate with that stuff. That's right, Queen of Hearts. That's right. Yeah, don't. It's nothing. It's nothing. Thank you, Shirley. That's why a lot of people come to my channel, because we stay on true crime. We support each other here, and that's it. That's it. We support Seth here. Period. Yes, there is a firefighter that lives there too. Yes. Yeah, nobody's somebody. Don't worry about it. Hold on 1 second. I need to ban something. 1 second. Because apparently... Let me fix something. Okay. There we go. That should filter out stuff. There we go.
Narcissistic personality disorder is a criminal investigator's best friend. You just can't stop talking to the media, to YouTube, to whatever. And interestingly, the largest show by far to offer him a platform to come on and say his piece is right here.
I was gonna say, have we extended the official invitation yet?
We have several times on these live streams. We've done it in videos that we've posted, the recorded stuff. Chris, if I'm wrong, come tell me. Get on this show. You don't even have to come here to Pennsylvania. But
tell him, Edgar. Go for it.
Google Meet, Zoom, Skype, whatever. Come on in. Explain to me how I'm wrong. I will even be nice. I'll even be like, I will come at it with an open mind. If you can show me that you have the integrity to come and actually face to face speak to your, one of the people who is the most adamant that you are potentially responsible for, to put all the legal terms in there. If you have that integrity to come here, you're blunt, you're brash, you're honest, all that, come do it. Exactly. I'm sitting right here.
Do it. Do it, Edgar.
You wouldn't be the first person that I dislike that I've had on this show who I have been kind.
He does not talk to any male creators that will not agree with him. If he thinks you are going to challenge him, he will not speak to you. He won't do it. Sure won't.
Now, granted, if you go back and watch those episodes, the moment I have a reason not to be kind, I stop being kind.
You did with the one of name which we will not use, specifically because those two words YouTube doesn't like.
Oh yeah, Austin.
Yeah.
You know he's-
Yeah, the one with Austin. You managed
I don't
way
know what
longer than most people in the comments
I
expected.
think I
you
did
would.
pretty well,
You did.
considering
They want to control it.
how
Exactly.
bad that was. God, my favorite thing is in that video, we won the debate in the first 10 minutes because we were like, Antarctica. And he was like, yeah, well, I mean, if there's a 24-hour sun, then that would mean that the Earth can't be flat. Then you just went
Exactly,
to Antarctica
Mama
like 2
Cedar.
weeks ago, saw a 24-hour
Exactly.
sun.
Has he said anything publicly yet?
I don't think so.
The thing is, he would specifically not go to Aiden here, in my opinion, because, well, first of all, Aiden has like 500,000 subs, you know, and two, Aiden would chew his story and spit it out for the buffoonery that it really is. Over 600,000 subs. Yeah. I mean, he's not going to play around with Edgar. He's just not. An engine might self dispatch via walk up running something. Oh, bingo. He also did a very, very deep dive. Yes, Holly, yes. Edgar will only go to channels that are seedy at best. Seedy at best. Very much so. I like the brothers talking together, easygoing and natural. Yeah, they're great. They're great. I appreciate the shout out tonight, by the way. Laura Lodge, thank you so much. Really do. I'm voting Edgar blows first. I don't think so. You know, I see. I think KK is the weakest link. I really do. I think KK is the weakest link. I really do feel like KK is the weakest link. You finally stopped getting Lumi ads. Sarah, now that you just wrote the word Lumi and I just said it, you're going to get Lumi ads. You are. Aren't both their names Aiden? I don't know about that. Yes, that's exactly right, Mama Cedar. That's right. Damn you both. Kelsey says, damn you both. Does anyone know who lives in Delco? Delco, I don't know what Delco is. They are friends, not brothers. Okay, Mohawk says. Mohawk is like my Alexa. Mohawk's like my Alexa. She knows everything. Load the Lumi ads. Load the Lumi ads. I have no idea, Tiggers. That's so funny. Okay, let's look at Dog's post. Where's Dog's post? I don't see it. How long ago did he post it? Okay, here it is. Let's look at this. Delco, the fight for answers about little Sebastian's disappearance is now moving from Tennessee to Pennsylvania. A $250,000 reward is being offered. 833-TELL-DOG or email sebastian@manhunt.one. Hee-haw, aloha. Law Office of Joseph Lesniak. If harassment directed at Sebastian Rogers, father of if harassment directed at Seth Rogers, father of Sebastian Rogers, his spokesperson, Tony Mathis at Dog the Bounty Hunter, at Nick the Hat, and others involved in this search for Sebastian Rogers do not cease, the next action will not be further but an injunction, persistent harassment. Okay, that's old. Okay. I love you too, Michelle. Lumi's so expensive. They're all really expensive. I bought, Dove makes it now. Dove makes like the Lumi version. How did we get here? How did we get here? Dove makes the version now, and it's expensive too, but it's like a couple dollars less. You're already in Pennsylvania, Carol? I'm in PA, but I never heard of Delco. I don't know anything about it. I'm getting Viagra ads and I don't have a carrot. Oh my gosh, Nicole. Yes, Secret does too. You're right, Aang. Yes. Lumi is for your pits, your privates, and your Putin nanny. It's for your, well, you can use it for your pits, anywhere you sweat, right? Your pits, your Putin nanny, whatever you want to. There we go. Your pits, your tatas, or your Putin nanny. That's what my mom called them. Yeah. You can use it on your feet too. Yeah. That's what I say. If you wash, you really don't have to worry. But the deodorant, regular deodorant, guys, is terrible for you. It's really bad for you. Is here she's going to. Oh damn. I'm literally laughing out loud. Yeah, well, it's aluminum. Aluminum's, well, it's a heavy metal. Humidities. Aluminum hits your, yeah, but it also hits your brain. Oh my God, Putin nanny. God, I love you. LOL. You're my people. It's your Putin nanny. Your buffoonery Putin nanny. That's exactly what it is. All right, guys. I'm going to end it here. I think we're going to leave it with Putin nanny tonight. I've been live twice today, I think. Coco, Happy New Year Eve, everyone. Happy New Year Eve. I love you guys so much. My classy pearls. Thank you all so much. I really do appreciate you. You all are absolutely amazing. Every single one of you. Really do appreciate it. And would like to give a shout out to the Lore Lodge. Thank you very much, my man, for great live this evening. Also, thank you, True Sleuth. Thank you, my dear. Thank you to, oh yeah, we need to do a chicken party. This is Edgar in his crane. This is Edgar in his crane. This is Mrs. Bowerfoot. right here. This is Edgar in his tidy whities with his chicken legs. This one's still my favorite, though. Looks like he's riding an ostrich. Big upper, little lower. And now, without further ado, we need to do a El Chicano party.
Oh, suck it now. Oh, suck it now.
And it
To
was
Mr. Proudfoot, to Mr. Proudfoot, to Mr. Proudfoot.
I'm too sexy for my land, too sexy for my land. Hendersonville and where else? Memphis. That doesn't really rhyme. I'm too sexy for my party, too sexy for my party. No way I'm disco dancing in my mullet. You know what I mean?
I don't remember off the top of my head. I think it's Sebastian had gotten in trouble. He got caught lying, and I had asked him. I said, "Hey, you got to have a punishment for this." I drive a diesel truck, Chevrolet.
Year.
Here.
Yeah, I don't remember off the top of my head. I think it's 2021. I think.
It's a 2020.
So you're-
Edgar.
Yeah, I don't remember off the top of my head. I think it's
Look at these two.
2021.
Sucker, sucker.
Oh, suck it now.
Oh,
Suck it now.
oh.
Suck it now.
You are the weakest link. Goodbye.
Not possible because that area is not visible in the footage. My ass.
My ass.
and it
To
was
Mr. Proudfoot, to Mr. Proudfoot, to Mr. Proudfoot.
You're coming with me. It's a long trip. I'll need a snack.
Something that I believe we're pervy to.
He's still pervy.
I believe we're pervy to. Something that I believe we're pervy to.
Snacks, because he's 15 and snacks. Snacks, because he's 15 and snacks.
Something that I believe we're pervy to. Something that I believe we're pervy to. Something that I believe we're pervy to.
Oh,
Suck it now.
oh,
Suck it now.
oh.
Suck it.
Oh, he likes the suki now. Oh, he likes the suki now. Edgar likes the suki. Right there. Right there. Those curls swinging in the wind, girl.
Oh,
Suck it now.
oh,
Suck it now.
oh.
Suck it now.
Thank you all so very much. Really do appreciate you, my friends. Yes, hold on. We'll do that one. Yeah, we'll do that one. Lord.
FBI, open up!
Mother chicken. He likes chicken suki. Chicken suki. Billy Rayfoot. Don't tell my heart, my icky breaky foot. Wait, don't tell my foot, my icky breaky foot. I just don't think it understands. And if you tell my foot, my icky breaky foot. Probably, Scotty, probably. Check out the pic when you can. Oh, let me show y'all that before this. I actually put that up. Thank you for reminding me, CT. I need y'all's opinion on this. Okay? Listen. this is the same picture. Did y'all know that? Yes, Crystal Lee. Suckfoots. Suckefoots. Did y'all know? Lydia. Yes, they do deep waters. You're right. So the email that I got, hope they don't mind me. I compared the pictures of Sebastian at Costco and the pictures of him on the missing poster behind CP and KP on Chronicles of Olivia side by side, and it definitely is the same picture as Mohawk Mom suggested this earlier, and it's true. There are two possibilities in their opinion. Either the authorities edited the picture so that the picture of him would stand out more on the poster, or Edgar and KK edited the pictures themselves to hide the bruise on Sebastian's neck. You might have noticed that the fake dark colored shirt that was added on Sebastian's picture was a higher collar, sort of covers his neck more. It was just something I thought of. You see how it hides more right here? Mm-hmm. It's the same pic. It really is. All you got to do is look at the shading everywhere, and the hair shows you exactly. Yes, Mohawk. Thank you, Grandma. Yep, down right to the hair placement. Neck bruise is obvious. It really is. Sure is. Chicken Hootin' Nanny starring Pootin' Nanny Head. His mouth doesn't look natural, just my opinion. His mouth doesn't look natural? What do you mean? I don't know, Star. That's a good question. I know, Ange. I know. And let me tell you something. There is nothing in this world, God as my witness, that I pray that this thing is solved tonight. I would love to never speak about those two again. I'm telling you. Oh, it's definitely edited, Beth, right? It's definitely lightened. And the shirt is placed up higher in the neck. Yes, pray for Nina and Seth as well. Yes. Yeah. Like, I just feel really bad for Seth. I feel terrible for that man. He has one child. He'll probably never have another child again. It's just him in Tennessee. That's all he has in Tennessee. He has no family, no one. He has nobody in Tennessee. He moved there for Sebastian. That's all he has. That's it. Everyone else around him in Tennessee is his family. Breaks my heart. That's why I keep going, is because it's the right thing to do. It just is. It just is. Yep, his best friend. Yep. If the office was closed at night, probably state answer 911. Justin, if you know the number, I call the responding agents direct. No need for yeah, no need for transfers or anything. Realtor friend for Mommy Socks provided those yard signs. Yeah. Okay. Oh, that's so funny. Thank you, Spirit. Look at this. Look at this, y'all. Oh my God. Look at these two.
Oh. Suck it now. Oh. Suck it now.
Mm-hmm. Oh, sucker now. Thank you so much, Spirit. That's so funny. Thank you guys so much. God bless each and every single one of you. If I don't see you, I'll be here tomorrow, Lord willing. Oh, Marley, I hope you feel better. Okay, text me, dear. Thank you. Hey, Dom, good to see you. I haven't seen you in a while. Good to see you. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. Thank you so much, my friend. There were two. Oh, hold on. Oh, hold on. Here's the other one. This is so funny. Oh, sucker now. I'm a squeaky wheel. Sorry, you're fine. We love you. If you're not here tomorrow, if you have plans or whatever for New Year's Eve, be careful. Take care of yourself. Take care of your loved ones. If you have some drinks, have them responsibly. Get an Uber. Have a designated driver. If that is your thing tomorrow night, just be careful. God bless each and every single one of you. You are precious cargo to me, every single one of you. And we appreciate you all. Thank you all so much. Praying that 2025 is the best year for every single one of you so far. We pray that there is answers for Sebastian Rogers, Summer Wells, Michael Vaughn, and all of these children. That is the prayer. Yep, an Uber taxi or whatever. Yep, amen. All right, guys. Good night, everyone. We'll see you tomorrow, Lord willing. Good night and God bless.